Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. KermMartian here, back with Train Simulator 2018. This is episode 1 of my Train Simulator 2018 series, believe it or not. Good morning, driver. Today you will be joining the service at Hayward's Heath. Take this train onward to Redhill, where you will join to an 8-car unit that is a combination of Redgate and other services. You're ready to let the passengers onto the train. Go ahead and open the doors. Doors are open. We're in forward. AWS is cancelled. Brakes are on. Headlights are on, and we're all set to go. So, as I said, this is Train Simulator 2018, and this is episode 1 of my series. This is also, incidentally, KermMartian Live number 23, more or less. Nope, no Norfolk Southern today. I am doing a set of scenarios that I want to call 1,000 point grudge match. I'm going to be trying to get 1,000 points on 2 scenarios that I have gotten poor scores on in previous streams. And to that end, I'm going to be focusing on driving and doing a good job rather than on tons and tons of extracurricular narration. I'll certainly talk about what I'm doing along the way, but for the sake of successful driving, I'm going to not try to cover a lot of different topics. I had an interesting, fun stream on the North London line yesterday, in which I spatted once or twice, and that is not the plan today. I'm going to do this London to Brighton scenario, see if I can do pretty well on it, and then following that, I will, time permitting, try that North London line scenario once again. For now, we are on the London to Brighton line, heading towards London's Victoria Station. You can see we're in a very nice looking Class 377. Speed is creeping up towards 70 miles an hour, the current limit, after which we get to a 90. We have a short train today. Now we're in the 90, very good. For now we have only 1, 2, 3 cars to contend with, but is that 3 or 4? That's 3. As the introductory text said, we will be joining another 8 cars at Redhill. Ding, no ding. No AWS ding. I will add, however, ooh, look at that, screenshot time. Keeping an eye on that speed. Keeping an eye on the signals. I will add that Train Simulator 2018 is what I'm playing now rather than 2017, and as you can see, it's basically not different from Train Simulator 2017. The engine is the same, the graphics are the same, the routes are the same. There are 3 new routes that are technically included if you buy Train Simulator 2018 from scratch, but needless to say, I already had Train Simulator 2017, so that does not apply to me. Got to take some screenshots along the way, of course. Ding goes the AWS, meaning all is well. We have the highball. Speed is 3 miles an hour under the limit. We do need to stop at Balcombe Platform 1, so let us start decelerating, or, Yep, let's start decelerating now. Just a little bit. I'll wait till we get to this signal in 0.14 miles before I do some more serious deceleration. I'll try to enter the platform at the regulation 30 miles an hour and see how that goes for us. The brakes on this are quite good, as you can see. In fact, I think I'm going to lay off them slightly. Alrighty. I was reading an interesting AMA on Reddit from a London, hello Class 377, tube driver. I think it was yesterday morning. Might have been the morning before. Some very interesting topics about what it's like to be a driver on the London tube system, the London Underground. I slowed down a little too early for the station, but we are estimated to be on time. Oop, let's not go into 100% braking. That might be emergency. Very good. Doors open. Passengers on. And we made it ahead of schedule. We did that by not going all the way up to the 3-car marker. That's the 4-car marker. Not too far off. It's a nice wintry day here at Balcombe. Snow is on the ground. Snow is all over the place. We have a moon there. Very nice. There's no snow falling though. We have wintry, clear wintry skies. I like it. I like it a lot. Very nice. I do like the graphics on the London to Brighton line. They're quite good compared to some of the other lines. We are clear to depart, so let us go. Check that signal up there. It is green. Let us go. This train's good at not wheel slipping with full power as it's an EMU, so full power it is. Off we go. We are still in the 90-mile-an-hour zone. Currently going just about 25, so we have plenty to speed up on our way to 3 Bridges, Platform 2 in 4.5 miles. I have some delicious cranberry lime seltzer here to wet my throat while I talk. Yesterday, during my not so successful jaunt on the North London line that I'll try to do again at the end of this scenario if I have the time, included much discussion of my recent trips on Amtrak, recent Tesla announcements of new cars and trucks. Let's see, discussion of my work with big trains over the last 2 weeks and my regrets that it's been about 2 weeks since the last time I streamed a stream that I posted. AWS says ding. We are in a 90 at 70, going towards an 80 in just under a mile. After we go into this tunnel, I think that deserves a horn or two. And maybe a depot whistle as well. I feel like that's probably not in the rules and regulations to sound the whistle, the depot whistle, as we are traveling along the main line. So I apologize to the denizens of the towns we are passing for that untimely interruption of their days. Out of the tunnel again, entering that 80. Just 2 3/4 miles to 3 Bridges now, and I have a line on my monitor. It looks like the ribbon cable at the top of my top left monitor may be failing. We have a 70 coming up, so let's start getting down for that 70. A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Well within the 70 as we take a high-speed switching track, after which we'll be able to get right back up to 90. So hooray. Full throttle, I think. Power! And all that good stuff. UCB logo 2020. I'm not sure what you're on about. Please do clarify, what is UCB logo 2020? And let's start decelerating for 3 Bridges, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile out of the end of the platform, the far end of the platform. I decelerated a little too enthusiastically for the last station and ran the risk of being there late. I think I will stay on the accelerator. Let's see how this can work for us. Maybe it's time to idle. Maybe now time to do a little bit of deceleration. The ideal is, unfortunately or unfortunately for our passengers, to decelerate fairly heavily in our EMUs fairly close to the platform. I think I'll drive from out here as long as I keep an eye on speeds and signals so we can watch our train as we go. get a little bit more of a view of the scenery with the rather small window in the class 377. Yeah, I still decelerated a little too early. We're certainly down for that 60, which is good. Down for the 30, very good. And let's see if we can find our 3-car or 4-car marker. There it is. I pulled up a little bit early, but not bad at all. Doors are open. Passengers are boarding. Haha, that sounds reasonable to me. Now I understand. I think Logo was the very, very first programming language I learned in first grade on old Mac Classic computers, followed swiftly by QBasic in around 4th grade, and then TI Basic in about 6th grade. But I did have a lot of fun with Logo and the little turtles. Take a look outside our train for a moment. Very nice. It's a sunny day, winter notwithstanding. Very nice. Hello, sir. If you'd like to get on the train, very nice. Apparently I got here significantly early. By about 3 minutes. Amazing. Ha! So unfortunately we'll have to sit here for a bit and wait for it to be time to depart. I suppose we can look around in the meantime at Three Bridges Station. It's quite a large station, actually. We have a passing track, 2 tracks on this platform, 2 tracks on this platform, 2 tracks on... Oh, nope, just 1 track on that platform. So 2, 4, 6 tracks altogether. All right. We could have a very busy sort of busy traffic around here indeed. So our good friend Nikki of Chematech, also known as Alan Folks Jr., who you Chematechians I'm sure love and adore, our resident contributor / community member / troll ? Just felt the need to Steam message me, "Suck Simulator," expressing his thoughts on Train Simulator. I was thinking about this a little bit earlier while reading some of the most recent reviews for Train Simulator. Also in light of a discussion we were having on my stream yesterday, that Train Simulator 2017 is a very polarizing game, in that it's, quite an extensive game in terms of the routes and rolling stock that they have, certainly more so than any other train simulation game out there. It also has very expensive DLC. If you try to buy all the DLC, it'll cost you some $7,000 now, US dollars, and you will end up with duplicates of a lot of different rolling stock and so on. And you also tend not to get free stuff, like you don't get the 3 routes in Train Simulator 2018 for free if you already own Train Simulator 2017 or earlier. Not to mention that the game has myriad bugs and a graphics engine that is what we would expect from a game about 5 to 10 years ago. But nevertheless, I enjoy it a great deal anyway, and I know many others do as well. So it's an interesting dichotomy there between being frustrated with its shortcomings and bugs and playing it very frequently. 375 points. Guard says we're clear to go. Signals say we're clear to go. Let's go. 100% throttle. No wheel slip today. Although it's snowy, the rails are clear because the snow seems to have stopped falling some time ago. The signal here shows that we are not switching tracks. Otherwise, there would be a white feather above that signal. We're currently in a 60, so we don't want to go above, obviously, 60 miles an hour. Another sip of delicious cranberry lime seltzer. Our next stop is going to be Gatwick Airport Platform 2 in just 2.5 miles. We're nearing this 90-mile-an-hour zone. There we go. All right, safely in the 90s so we can stay on full throttle. So if you're still here, William, I'm curious what makes UCB Logo so much better than other logo interpreters. And if it is so much better, why you haven't ported it to TI graphing calculators yet. Ding. AWS says we're all good. I think I'm going to pop my head out again. Drive from out here. As long as I keep my eye on the signals as we go. 65 miles an hour. Safely within the speed limit. And we're going to have a 70 nearing Gatwick, but hopefully we should be down below 70 by the time we get there anyway. Have you? Have you indeed? As I've mentioned in previous streams and videos, one of the things I would very much like to do is visit England and ride many of the trains for a long time. But that is something that'll take me a little bit of time to plan. I want to pick a good season to go. I want to figure out all the different trains I want to ride and see. And hello, train. Oof. Ow. Sorry about putting our faces through that train just now. And I'll also have to arrange how I will get all of my work done while I travel. So that'll be interesting. Slowing down for the 70 now. Signals are with us as we near Gatwick Airport. There's a green there. We are almost down for the 70. Nearly, there we go, down for the 70. But we want to get down much more significantly because we have to actually stop at this station. In fact, I left that a little bit late, but it's going to be okay because of the brakes on this. Entering the platform is slightly non-regulation 37. I mean, that's what I tend to aim for anyway, but I believe regulation is 30 miles an hour. I'm going to lay off the brakes as we near the 4-car marker. 4-car marker, perfect. Beautiful. Doors open, by the book. Ooh, that sounds cool. Map and reduce in logo. Huh. It's almost like a real language. Very cool. Here we are at Gatwick Airport. As always, I must, especially since we're here a bit early, only a few seconds early, I'm going to release the camera. Hello, airplane. Airplane landing here at Gatwick Airport. I will show you, as I love to, the largest British Rail logo in England. There it is, on top of the Gatwick Airport station. Sadly, British Rail is no longer a thing, so this logo is for an institution that no longer exists. But there it is. There it is, in case you were wondering. You can look in your favorite satellite photo viewer and find that logo. Your next stop is Red Hill. Remember that you will need to connect to the 8-car. Signals are with us. Off we go. So that's going to be an interesting maneuver. If I recall from the last time I tried to do this, where I got a very low score for being very, very late, rather than for doing anything particularly bad, there will be a set of signals leading up to Red Hill that I'm going to have to tab my way through, i.e. request permission to pass the signals at danger. We'll see if that happens this time. I suppose Logo is a dialect of Lisp, but I've never heard of Logo being used for, like, you know, enterprise production software. I certainly have written plenty of Lisp in my day. Mostly Lisp for AutoCAD, actually. I've talked about the CPR-R1, my private train car, that I actually have a reskinned 801 prototype of in Train Simulator. I made an AutoCAD version of that train and used Autodesk's Lisp to make a presentation with it. Now, I'm expecting signals against us up here somewhere, so I'm keeping a close eye. I will get on the throttle, though, because we want to be there on time. Hopefully the ladies and gentlemen at that station stood away from the platform edge. Or I suppose everyone. Interestingly enough, whatever your opinion on it happens to be, I overheard on the New York City subway the other day their use of "hello everyone" following, you know, ahead of an announcement instead of, you know, like "good evening ladies and gentlemen" or something along those lines, to be more gender neutral. So that was interesting. I noticed it mostly because I'm so used to ladies and gentlemen from many a year of hearing those announcements. Apologies for zooming in and out. I'm just trying to keep a close eye on the signals because 1,000 points is our goal for today. Well, 2,000 points technically, but before I can get 2,000, I have to get 1,000. Let's see what we got coming up. A signal in half a mile, a signal in a mile and a quarter. I don't want to say anything about how things are going so far because I don't want to jinx it. Got another green there. AWS gives us a ding. All is well. I think it's time to throttle down as we are getting towards the 90. Ah, hello train. I heard the sound of it passing, but I didn't see it for some reason. What do we got ahead? Red Hill is in 2.9 miles. Here we are going through. Let's see if I can catch the station name at this odd oblique angle. Salfords. Salfords. All right, let's continue. Off we go. Off we go once again. That's a good question. To my knowledge, it does not. I think it has just... What is that weird sound in my ears? German trains, British trains, American trains, French trains. I believe there are some Swiss trains. There are some Chinese trains. There are some Singaporean trains. I do not believe there are any Turkish trains. I do not believe indeed. I think they focus on the trains. Actually, I don't know what their criteria are for choosing. That's a yellow. Time to slow down. Is that a single or a double yellow? It better be a double yellow. AWS says ding, that's a double yellow, which means it's followed by, at worst, a single yellow in half a mile and a red in 1 mile. Regulations say I think I need to be down to 30 if I've gone through a double yellow until I see a green again. So I'm going to do so. Red Hill is in 1.14 miles. There's the single yellow up there. We'll get an AWS alert for that, no doubt. There we go at 30. As we roll through. Can I read this without? Nope, I cannot. Rosewood. AWS, caught it. Almost didn't though. That's what I get for sticking my head out of the cab. Which means the next signal in half a mile should be a red. I'm going to keep a little bit of throttle on to stay at this 30. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be down for 15 now that I've passed a single yellow. So let me play this by the book. And then I think I also read that the rules are we need to stop 1 car length in front of red signal, which I don't usually do. I usually try to creep up close enough that I can still see it through the front windshield, but am otherwise as close as possible. That would be very cool. You can make your own routes for Train Simulator. Unfortunately, it's not super easy. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's hard, because the editor is rather a challenge. Very hard to understand, very unstable, very time consuming to use, but you can make your own routes. One of my frequent stream visitors, named, I think, Matthew, has been making his own version of a hypothetical route that he imagines in the southwest of the US. One route I would love to have is the full Vermonter between St. Albans and New York City, because I've spent a lot of time, I previously had been spending a lot of time over the last three and a half years taking that, 3 years let's say. Although I'm not currently, it is still a route that I hold near and dear and would love to be able to drive it myself. Spend 8 hours in Train Simulator driving a route. That sounds pretty fun. All right, let's start stopping. Actually, let me try to tab through. Request to pass signal at danger approved. So we can pass at 15 miles an hour, I believe. It's either 10 or 15 is the regulation. So I'll get us up to 15 in the interest of getting there on time. and cruise through at 15 until I see an indication of something other than red. I'm glad to go through a red and not get a SPAD. Signal passed at danger. That's to be avoided. That would be cool. You can look if they have those routes. That route. I don't think they do. I feel like I would have seen that, but you never know. You never know. Let's see what we got ahead of us. Well, there's our train waiting on the platform, slightly off to the left there. I'm pointing with my mouse, but you can't see my mouse. Get a little bit more speed on. We need to be there. Well, we will be there at 11 o'clock 09. It doesn't say when we're supposed to be there. I hope that's enough time. I hope it takes into account the rules and regulations around what you're supposed to do, passing signals that are slow, which is yellow, or danger, which is red. Stay down for that 20 and get ready to stop in front of this train here. We will play this as by the book as possible. There's our train. Well, the rest of our train anyway. This is a fun little maneuver we have to do. Stop about 20 feet away maybe. That's a great question. It is based on hand modeling, and I'll say more about that after I do this maneuver. Huh. The lights on that train flashed for a moment. That was weird. All right, we are stopped. Let me find my coupler view. Where's my coupler view? Is that the correct one? All right. Put on some throttle. Go 1 mile an hour. And do this coupling maneuver. A real driver wouldn't have the benefit of this overhead view. We're lucky there. I think I started this from too far away. There's our other train. Oops, I didn't mean to stop there. Perfect. Coupled up. All right. You've successfully coupled onto the 8 car. Proceed with the rest of your tasks. Don't forget to pick up the passengers here before continuing. So let's get a little bit of brakes on because we're still creeping. Let's go right up to, well, let's open the doors first. See if we can get ourselves into the front car. This is not the front car. Hello. Silly train. I forget the keys for this, so I'm going to have to pull up the full HUD for this. That's the wrong end. That's the correct end. Can I drop this big HUD again? Just have to remember the key for it. There we go. Get ourselves in forward. Kill the AWS. Timeliness penalty. All right. So this is really annoying. This is what happened the last time I played this scenario. Minus 451. So, this is very frustrating because everything was going swimmingly so far. Well, I'm just going to carry on. I pause the game while I talk. But I'm not sure what it expected of us there. Minus 451. I suppose it expected us to just cruise through that entire set of signals at speed, but that seems like a mistake in the scenario. So I'm going to call this a success on our side. At least I knew to tab through that signal for now, but let's get going. So the answer is that they have to hand make these routes by hand. Just to reiterate that, by hand. We being the co-founder of my startup and my business partner and I, spoke to the head of Dovetail Games about a year ago and learned about how they make these routes. He said that it takes them something like a week per quarter mile to create these routes by looking at videos, street level photographs, aerial satellite photographs, and just building up what exists in the world from that data, but by hand. As you may or may not know, my co-founder and I are the creators of a startup called GeoPipe, and we are automatically generating virtual models of the real world from data, including everything from the ground to the buildings to the trees to the water, ideally to things like the train tracks from the same sort of data. Let's get some headlights on. So that would be pretty cool for something like Train Simulator, being able to generate a few 100-mile route, fully automatically. You'd still probably have to go in and add all the details yourself, things like fences and, speed signposts and so on, but it would allow you to at least get a base layer fully automatically, and that is something that appeals to me a great deal, but which I unfortunately don't have time to work on, as a little side project amidst the rest of what it takes to be a startup CEO. Yes, it is dedication, and it's part of the reason why I don't mind that Train Simulator's DLC is, $10, $20, even $40 for a whole route, because I understand just how much manual effort goes into making a route. It still doesn't make it any less painful on my wallet to buy routes, though, which is why I always wait for sales. We're at the 75, lay off the throttle, and then we'll be going into an 80. I'm quite frustrated that they didn't take into account the proper speed limits there, including the fact that there was a red there. I feel like, I guess it makes sense that you would have to request permission to pass that signal at danger, since there's technically a train in the block at the station. But I believe the way it was laid out, I did exactly the right thing in terms of speeds. So that is 0 out of 1 so far for the 1,000-point grudge match, in that I will not get 1,000 points on this scenario, and I find that quite frustrating. So I'll have to make up that 1,000 points in the next scenario on the North London line, so I have even more impetus to actually drive that scenario now. We're in a 90, so I'm going to put us up to full power. Sound the horn in this tunnel. Our headlights don't seem to be doing a great deal, but they are indeed on. I just checked by turning them off and back on again. 82 miles an hour. I did speed a tiny bit there, but I had stopped worrying quite so much. I'll try to do it perfectly from now on, however. I'll give myself an imaginary 1,000 points in recognition of doing what I believe is exactly the correct thing. But enough whinging about points. What do points even matter? Everything, but nah, we won't worry. We shall not worry indeed. Just heading out of this tunnel here. Next stop is East Croydon in 6.9 miles. Get back up to that 90 because we have time to make up, which we're doing quite well so far, actually. We're only estimated to be 20 seconds late at East Croydon now. We're in a bit of a cut with no cover here. This dual track line in this declivity here. See if we can get back up to that 90. We're now estimated to be almost a minute late somehow. Not sure how that happened. 6 miles to East Croydon. Come on, train, bear with me. A little bit faster. A little bit faster if you don't mind. We have a flashing yellow. I will hit the AWS for that. Hey there, TI Freak. Good to have you with us. I'm playing a set of scenarios that I'm calling 1,000-point grudge match for myself. 2 previous Train Simulator scenarios where I had wanted to get a perfect 1,000 points, where in the past I have done quite poorly indeed. Both routes that I've streamed in previous Train Simulator streams on my channel. Let's see what we have ahead. That repeater says yellow, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out. That's a flashing yellow. I'm going to cut my speed some more, even though Train Simulator is probably not going to agree with me that I'm doing the right thing. How's your evening going, TI Freak 8X? So unfortunately, I'm not going to get a perfect score on this, which is what I was whining and complaining about. There we have a yellow ahead, so I'm going to put my accelerator on again. Oh, now we're now we're estimated to be 2 minutes early. Oh, so in fact I'm sorry. We were estimated to be 1 minute and 3/4 early, not 20 seconds late. Yep, I hear you, AWS. We're going to be feathering off to the left here, according to that signal. That does sound challenging. Man, now I understand the jokes about Skyrim being on every platform. I thought that was just a meme. I didn't realize it was based in reality. We have a 70 coming up. Any signals that I should be aware of? There's a red, but I think we're going to be switching away from that red. Yep, here we go. Literally everything. Not enough calculator versions of it yet, though. Let's get back up to 70 so we can be on time, or even more early, to East Croydon. We can wave to our good friend who lives in the vicinity of East Croydon as we go by. TI Freak knows who I mean. That sounds like a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy. One of my 2 run-ins with the Switch so far was on my September trip to Chicago, when the attendant in my sleeping car on the way back from Chicago somehow figured out that I was a gamer and asked if I wanted to play Zelda on his Switch with him, and I had great fun with it. We also played this game, I'm forgetting the name of, where you built these little robots in a kind of 2D side-scroller, multiplayer 2D side-scroller, based on points and other things that you collected during each level. You could upgrade your weapons, your engines, your power packs, your shields, stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. You probably know what it was called if you have it. And my other run-in was playing Super Smash Bros. With some friends a couple of weekends ago. Double yellow, I should start decelerating. Once again, we'll see if Train Simulator agrees with me on this. We still have 2¼ miles to East Croydon. The signal ahead has to be at least a single yellow. It can't be a red. What? What? That was a double. That can't be for us. Okay, good. Got me word there. Single yellow. Everything is as it should be. Very good. We didn't break the rules of trains. Very good. How's your Minecrafting on the Chematech Minecraft server going today, TI Freak 8X? I advertise that every once in a while here on the channel, even if I'm playing trains. Also, I apologize that I'm talking a little bit less than usual today. I normally chat about a variety of topics, but I'm trying to get, well, not a perfect score anymore, but as good a score as possible, so I'm reducing the random chatter today. Are we cleared into East Croydon? Looks like we might be cleared into East Croydon. Hello, 377. AWS alert. Double amber. So yeah, we are cleared. Well, if this is double amber, single amber, we might not be cleared into the platform. We might not indeed. I am way down for the 60, so no worries there. We're getting all these signals because I am way ahead of schedule, which means there's likely a train that we are following too closely on the tails of. We don't have to stop at this station. Hopefully everybody's standing away from the platform edge. Another 377. Wow, it's getting to be a busy day here on the London to Brighton line. The Brighton main line. Yeah. I've been working all day on geopipe stuff. I took a little bit of a break for some trains, but other than that, it's solid work for me, fortunately or unfortunately. If I don't work on geopipe stuff, nobody does. Well, Thomas does. Elf Prince 13. But, other than that. Oh, it finished a thing. Let me hit Q and pay attention to driving my train. Is that another double amber or is that a single amber? That's a single amber with a 1. So we may not be cleared into the platform. I need to slow down. Yep, there's a red up there. Don't want to go through the red or we'll fail the scenario. I'll coast along at 15 as we get closer to that signal. Let me see if I can be approved. I cannot pass the signal. Sounds like fun, William. And TI Freak. Oh, hooray, I have the signal. I can accelerate into the station. Stop at East Croydon, drop off our passengers, and pick up some more. Got some nice classic red London double-deckers up there on the bridge. I'm just going to coast into the station at this speed. That seems like it'll be good. Get ready to stop. I'll have to look for the 4-car marker. It's hard to see with the window like this. Actually, not the 4-car marker, the 12-car marker. Probably the S-car stop, considering I now have an 11-car train. I know there's a red light. I see it. Where's the S-car marker? There it is, way at the end of the platform. It's just a 12-car marker. No S-car stop. Beautiful. And doors. Here we are at East Croydon. Got another set of, what do we have over there? Oh, that is 377s, just in a different livery. No, that is the same livery. What am I on about? That is clearly just the exact same 377s. Here's our train. Because we have gotten to East Croydon so early, we must wait around for our passengers to board. He does dream all day about Legos. At least he dreams about what we can do with Geopipe and Legos, making Lego versions of the world with Geopipe. You guys may or may not know that one of the things that got me interested in automatically reconstructing the real world in the first place was putting real cities into Minecraft. So I hope to show off before the end of the year a demo of making Geopipe worlds in Minecraft. Once again, we hope to open up a little server. Is that our doors? No, that's the other train on the other platform. With New York, San Francisco, and a couple of other cities. There's that other train pulling out far away, so that people can explore those cities in Minecraft thanks to Geopipe. A little bit of guerrilla marketing there, you know. Anyway. You missed me talking about our good friend Nicky giving his own special name to Train Simulator. He felt the need to PM me Suck Simulator. Dismissive as he is. Although then again, he constantly texts me pictures of the cool trains going past his office. So I don't understand that relationship. Who knows? He's weird. All right, just about time to go here. Timeliness bonus. All right, we're back on schedule. We do not have the light, however, so I cannot go, and I cannot pass the signal of danger. Oh, we are sliding. Let's not do that. Keep some brake on. Just gotta wait for this light to turn green. Not sure what we're waiting for. I don't want to be late to Clapham Junction. Tap my fingers as I sip my cranberry lime seltzer. I thought about having some soda, but I managed to save myself from that impulse. I used to drink lots and lots of soda, especially in college, for the caffeine to compensate for sleep deprivation while doing my schoolwork. But these days, I barely ever drink soda. I far prefer tea and coffee and hot chocolate and water and milk. Milk is my favorite beverage. Can we go? Can we go now? I would like to go. Our passengers have places to go, people to see, and things to do. Come on, Train Simulator. Any day now. Yesterday turned into Loading Bar Simulator because I kept having to restart Train Simulator due to its various bugs and glitches. Today it's Standing and Waiting at Red Light Simulator. Very exciting. What are we waiting for exactly? And why do I hear train? Is that train up there? It is. Hello, train. Were you the one blocking our way? Yes, you were. Because we have a yellow. Let's go. Good man, TI Freak. Good man. I think that is the correct choice. I think I'll drive from outside for a moment so we can watch the world go by. I will try to keep my eye on our signals. We're in a 30, so I have to not go over 30. By the time we get up to 30, we might be entirely within this 45, though. Quite a sprawl of tracks here. Oops, and we're speeding. I just said that speed limit, and I started speeding. Bother. That's 10 points. No 1,000 points for us today. but that was already the case. Blueberry pomegranate juice. That sounds like it has a lot of antioxidants in it. Power! Full power! So we can get some speed! 50 miles an hour. Heading off towards Clapham Junction, platform 12 in 7.25 miles. Ding. AWS says ding. And we're just up to that 60, so let's ease off the throttle slightly. Ooh, now we're going downhill. Gotta watch that speed. 59.7. AWS says ding. You're late, the last millennial. I can't believe you've missed our banter and adventure so far. You missed me being frustrated with Train Simulator for randomly taking 451 points off for doing exactly the right thing. That is what you missed. I really want to know what it expected me to do there. I think it just assumed I could pull into the station at full speed, not accounting for, you know, cautious, correct use of yellow and red signals, or treatment of yellow and red signals. Yarr, grumble, grumble, grumble. To a very important date, exactly. Hello, Michael. Good to have you with us. Wow, we've got the whole gang here now. Chemitech cohort arrives. Excellent. Good to have you guys on the stream with me. This is going to be, fingers crossed, despite the frustration of getting that 451 points off. We're speeding slightly. 4 points. I believe this will be my real Train Simulator 2018 episode 1. I'm still going to title it the 1,000-point grudge match. Points notwithstanding. We'll see how that actually works out for us. We will see indeed. Ideally, we're going to get somewhere around 500 points. We're estimated to be 2 minutes early from Clapham Junction so far, assuming nothing goes terribly wrong from here on in. So that'll be good. Oof. What happened to our suspension there? Did you see that? Caught a bit of a gap in the track or something. AWS says ding. All is well. We have the high ball. Let's give ourselves a little bit more throttle. Stay outside. Maybe get a screenshot or two. Ooh, look at the moon. Screenshot time. Screenshot taken. Another train. Hello, train. And we're at 70. Let's stay there. Also have a 60 coming up. Got to keep an eye on that. Good luck with your essays, Michael. It's a device that goes ding. Well, that's pretty literally what AWS is. It's a device that goes ding when there's stuff. If it goes beep, then there's more stuff. If it goes ding, then there's minimal stuff. Ding means all is well with the world. Beep means, hey, pay attention and slow down. Ah, Doctor Who, what a good show. I'm looking forward to the Christmas special. Are you guys looking forward to the Christmas special? We have the first and the 12th Doctors together. Extremely exciting stuff. Ding. I'm missing a reference? Are you sure? It goes ding when there's stuff. I'm pretty sure that's the reference. Oh man, if I'm missing a reference, I'm going to be really ashamed. Ah, tasty. Tasty, tasty seltzer. Hello, 377. Yes, I like that as well. And we're speeding somehow. I stop to drink and look at the chat, and that's what happens. I lose 6 points. Bother. super elevation action. Super elevation gantry action. Another 2.5 miles to Clapham Junction as we lean over on the super elevated curve and attempt to speed. AWS says ding. Got some TPWS antennas on the tracks too, but luckily we're not getting any of that today. Hopefully. More Michael Bay, more explosions. Well, I try not to. Some people just like to crash trains into each other. That doesn't really hold any particular appeal to me. I may have accidentally crashed into another train. Hello, sirens. Sorry, the perils of living in a city. Sirens when I'm live streaming. I may have accidentally crashed into another train on one of my streams because I'm going to say that the routing system got confused. When we went back and looked at the replay, I did in fact go through a dwarf red signal. That's a little tiny signal at the side of the track. And it didn't give me a SPAD for that, but I did end up hitting another train. So it is possible in Train Simulator. I don't recommend it. I try to avoid it. I try to play my trains in games the way I would want to drive my trains in real life. That is, safely. It does need more VR. So Train Sim World, if you may be familiar with that, if you've seen some of my streams from Train Simulator World, being built on the Unreal Engine, has VR support. Good old erstwhile, decade-old Train Simulator 2018 unfortunately does not have any sort of VR support and probably never will. Probably only Train Sim World will have VR support. So hopefully they find a good way to port all of their routes over to Train Sim World. If somebody could make that technology and sell it to them, I bet they could make a pretty chunk of change. Let's start slowing down for Clapham Junction because we have just a quarter mile till we enter the platform, and we'd like to do that at 30 miles an hour. (40, 39, 38). We've got some tight curves here. We don't want to derail. Hello, train. Ooh, that was a different train. And there we go, 30. Very good. As we lean over and coming into the station. And time to start decelerating for the end of the platform. Ding. Ha. And we are nearing London. You can see some of the London skyscrapers ahead. See if I can stop nicely at the end of the platform here. There's the 8-car stop. The end of the platform is our 12-car, 10-car, S-car stop. A little bit more, a little bit more. We're here plenty early, so I'm going to coast slightly up to the end of the platform. There we go. And doors. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Clapham Junction. Change here for many possible services. If your final destination is London's Victoria Station, please stay on for one more stop. Please bear with us while the frame rate decreases due to the lack of efficiency of the Train Simulator engine. Stream is most certainly not offline, I hope. I'm watching the Restreamio dashboard, and I see we have 5 people online on YouTube, 0 people online on Twitch, but are otherwise looking good as far as stream bandwidth. Actually, it looks like Time Warner is having a little bit of trouble maintaining 5 megabits per second. I love the fact that they can't actually print the name of that train company on the side of this train, even though they have the livery in the correct color, because the company did not give them permission to use their trains. So they have no name. They're just colorful. A nice color, if I may add. I think blue, orange, and yellow. Those go well together. Not my favorite colors, but they do have a certain appeal to them. I think we need to get another screenshot of our train here at Clapham Junction. Always good to have more screenshots rather than fewer. There we go. I hear another train pulling out somewhere as I stare at the sky because of the lag. Goodbye, 377. Stream is lagging. That's too bad. Ah, you're in the Philippines. Interesting. I don't know whether to blame Restreamio or Time Warner. I do see that the little color indicator in the bottom corner of my screen that's supposed to show internet health is flickering between solid green and like chartreuse a little bit. Selena says hi. Selena, one of the moderators and administrators of the Chematech Minecraft server. 125 points, very good. So we're only going to get like 400 points today, unfortunately. But we have the green. Let's head off to our final stop, London Victoria, platform 19 in 2.5 miles. Do the headlights flash back and forth when the train is in motion? You mean alternate flashing left and right? No, they don't. That particular sequence is, to my knowledge, only necessary in the US, only necessary on a train that is approaching a grade crossing. I think that's the limit as to when you need to alternate flashing your ditch lights. In fact, they had to retrofit some older locomotives on heritage lines with ditch lights that they could flash back and forth, just to satisfy that FRA regulation. But I don't believe that is necessary for anything on British rail routes. And it is, what? Oh, that was a surprise 45. And by surprise, I mean I wasn't paying attention. Bother! Or was I? Was that 45 there already? And I just missed it? Because that is an unfortunate loss of points. 1,000-point grudge match indeed. But it is I who is grudged. The game is begrudging me my 1,000 points. Aha! They are asymmetrical because there is a day running mode and a night running mode. Day running mode has less illumination to avoid, you know, trying to blind people in the day, and also because they're more to say, hey, look, I'm a train, than to actually illuminate anything. You increase to, let's see if I can show you. Not that. Do I have? I don't have control over this other setting apparently. To the other setting when it's nighttime, so you can actually illuminate the tracks in front of you. But that is an excellent question. That is an excellent question indeed. Many trains across the world have day running and night running headlight modes, including some American trains. Next speed limit's gonna be a 40 in half a mile. We might actually coast down towards that 40 by the time we get there. I hear a dog barking off to our right. AWS says ding. We have a yellow ahead in addition to that 40. We are indeed going to be down for the 40, so that's nice. And we are estimated to be 11 seconds late for London Victoria. AWS, caught it. See you later, William. Have good luck on your economics project and hope to see you again in a future video. Aha! You're on Thanksgiving break already? Wow. Ooh, let's not speed, let's not speed, let's not speed. Why are we speeding? That throttle responded very quickly indeed. We have a 20 coming up. Let's slow down for that 20. Drive quality, yep. Sorry, I put on the brakes a little too enthusiastically. Our passengers would not be pleased. There we go, down for the 20. I'll let us just coast along as we head into London Victoria, platform 19. So you get a whole week off for Thanksgiving break, TLM? Because that's pretty cool if so. I never got a week off. I would get it most Thursday and Friday off. And as a startup co-founder, I get no time off. Well, I will take Thursday off for family and celebration and all that good stuff. I'll probably try to play with some big trains next weekend as well, weather permitting. By play with, I mean build. And by build, I mean build wire and track, not trains. That's future work after I don't have an early stage startup to worry about. Get up towards that 20 so we can be here in a timely manner. We're still estimated to be 20 seconds late, actually. Bother. Wow, lucky you. Lucky you, sir. There's the end of the platform. We should do some slowing down. And here we are. Whole train is in the platform. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final stop, London Victoria Station. All passengers, please leave the train. Remember to take your belongings with you, and thank you for riding with us today. I can talk about the bugs. They're fair minutia. They included things like terrain being downsampled, satellite images being downsampled using nearest neighbor interpolation, nearest neighbor grabbing rather than any kind of bilinear interpolation. Let me just say things here. You have successfully arrived at London Victoria and completed your tasks. Well done. Other bugs involved things with simplifying buildings for lower levels of detail and aligning buildings, terrain, and imagery at low levels of detail. So we ended up earning only 246 out of possible 1,000 points, to my great chagrin. The largest decreases there were going 55 and a 45, for which we lost about 130 points, and most frustratingly, 451 points for being late to Red Hill Platform 2. So therefore, I am going to start another scenario. I am going to do the second half of my Grudge match. We've been streaming for an hour so far. I do have to get back to my work, but let's do this other route in the Grudge match and hope it goes well for us. See if we can get at least one of the two routes at 1,000 points.